Alright, so it is June 13th, 2021. Nobody fucked a hole in the wall. It, I think, was to hide cords. This is not my place. Um, it is my boyfriend's, well, actually, fiance's place. Which was kind of like why I was making this video. Just kind of talking about once again, since honestly, I don't know when I recorded last. Again. Just kind of, should I say updating? Like, just kind of giving, yeah, I guess giving an update on kind of what's been going on. Not like it really matters. If anything, it's not a gloating thing. It's just one of those things. If I was at the bottom of my life, and it was just so out of fucking control for a long time, I really believe in my heart, deep down, that anybody, no matter how bad the situation is, that it can turn around. You just have to change the way that you think and look at your life, because that is the biggest thing for me. I feel like, not like I didn't have a reason to want to end my life at one point in time, or numerous times, but literally, like, the way that I thought about my life and felt about it was so negative that no wonder it lasted as long as it did. And it, like, honestly sucks to realize that though what I go through sucks, that I'm like the cause of my own fucking demise. It's sad. Like, if I just would have had the right frame of mind, I wouldn't have been in this fucking hole that I couldn't get out of. But just so much freaking changed. Last time that I talked, I was an assistant. I moved up into management at my job like a month into working with the company. Now, I had worked for another company. Now it's 11 years ago. That just totally, like, in my opinion, like, destroyed my life. But like I said, I kind of, like, destroyed my own, firing me for going through this. I mean, that's what, like, kind of had me in a hole. I mean, I was already, like, I felt hopeless. And then when that happened, I was just like, I am fucking worthless, and yada yada yada. But I was actually acknowledged, when I started, in late 2018 at my job. I was actually, like, acknowledged for my hard work, and no matter how shitty I felt, I just told myself, like, I'm gonna push, like, through this. I'm gonna not let the shit win. And, got promoted and was, like, working close to 40 hours a week, and my mom was like, oh, Trish, don't do this, like, it's not gonna be good for you, and, it might just, like, stress you out. And at that point, I thought, I'm not gonna know until I fucking try, and I can't keep worrying so deep into my future that I, like, don't take chances ever. Like, no, I'm gonna do this. I don't care. I just have to hope that it goes good, and as long as mentally I have the right frame of mind, I can do this. And I'll fucking prove it. So I did. And then, so yeah, I was already in that position in the last video, which had to be over a year ago by now. Definitely. I just don't know when, honestly. So, basically, the next step in my life was, okay, so last year, a little over a year ago. So yeah, I definitely didn't talk then. Um, my goal was, like, driving. Well, here, my boyfriend was, like, staying at my apartment, which was housing. I lived there for 11 fucking years. It was housing, and I was getting these letters basically saying, because my boyfriend was spending time with me, though he lived here, we didn't live together. that because he was visiting me, like, I'd be getting kicked out if it continued. And I'm thinking, my fucking job is within walking distance. I don't even drive, but he lives further away. And what the fuck am I gonna do? Now I gotta worry that, like, if he stays the night, that I'm gonna have a letter in the mail that I'm out of this fucking place. Like, I can't live like this. This is ridiculous. And it kind of just, if anything, a bad situation, like, just gave me the motivation to be like, well, I can't stay here anymore. Like, I can't stay at my apartment anymore. Because I shouldn't have to worry about this. I'm not committing a fucking crime. I'm surely not committing fraud and letting my boyfriend live with me. But I can't, if I want to be with my boyfriend, like, I can't do this shit anymore. So I put in for paid vacation at work, and I got my permit. And then I'm trying to think. In August last year, so almost pushing on a year, I got my license. And I never thought I'd do that. Like, I never thought I'd do that because maybe I just didn't have the hope in myself. And there are times still after driving that I get a little bit scared, but I just try to, like, tune it out, play music really loud, and just kind of, like, have myself super focused. This is one of those things I feel like if I look away, the moment that I do, I'm gonna have a delayed reaction. I'm gonna, like, rear end someone's fucking car, and I just stay focused. Sometimes try to, like, not take very much caffeine in a day, because I feel like that doesn't help. That I should save that for work. But, so something else ended up happening. I moved in here. Basically, that was the reason behind the license. Like, if I want to get out of this place that's going to threaten to kick me out by having a boyfriend, then the only way that him and I can have a future together is to leave. And yeah, that got me my fucking license and got me to leave. So I moved in September last year. Like, the day I got my license, I actually got home from it and I was starting to pack my shit. I was that ready, like, to just be over the whole thing. So then my boss, this was still last year, shortly after me moving in here, wanted to move elsewhere. She wanted to move to Florida. She hated the fucking winter, like, hated the cold, didn't want to be here anymore. And basically, because I was right below her, I had the opportunity to move up the ladder again. And I had to take tests, and yeah, now I'm running the entire store. I am basically doing everything that my boss did before me. That is all my responsibility. So around December, you're working 55 hours, and normally you're working 48, but you can possibly work more. And I was like, ooh, is the freaking, like, stress going to be too much? Is the working all these hours going to be too much? Am I going to be able to handle it? And there have been times I'm, like, still, like, kind of shocked my hair's on my fucking head. But for the most part, I'm, like, getting through it. Nobody at my work that I haven't known before my job, because there are two of them that work there that one's my best friend's wife, who took my old position, and then the one girl I went to kindergarten with, and have known her throughout the years, and she saw through, like, posts what I go through. Nobody else knows a fucking thing about what I go through. And honestly, I keep it that way. Like, I love my coworkers, but I never thought I would get burnt like I did at my first job. So it's like, lesson learned. I'm not going to trust anybody again to tell them any fucking thing about me. And two, maybe it's like partially good. Because then, in a weird way, I kind of feel like my life was better when it was a fucking secret. And I didn't acknowledge it or talk about it, speak about it. Because at that point in time, before I knew what it was, I just like thought I was so fucking crazy. I just kept it to my fucking self, and I'm like, I can't talk about this to fucking anybody. I'm gonna be put away in a fucking straitjacket in a psych ward. And that just kind of like worked for me. Like, I didn't have a choice. It was like, I just have to keep fucking moving. Like, my body's doing things somehow. Like, I just have to pretend that I'm okay. And kind of like people not knowing at my job is like a blessing in disguise in a fucked up way. I don't know. Being tough on myself with things is just kind of like overall made my life better. Um, so something else happened. Trying to think. Close to a month ago, the ring's fucking sideways. I got engaged. Never thought I'd do that. It's a fucking guitar string, like. I don't like jewelry, per se. Well, I say my boyfriend, I'm so fucking used to it. Fiance. He knows I'm not. I'll wear piercings and shit in my face, but jewelry, not a fan of it. And with my job being physical and shit, it's kind of like I have to wear it on a freaking. I keep that around my neck so I can put it on the necklace, but I'm having a wedding this year. And it's one of those things, I'm surprised so many people that know me personally haven't called me out on it. I had one person say basically, you said you'd never get married. I'm like, I did. But I'm just at that point in my life where basically I don't know if I've talked about it in video logs, but my parents divorcing when I was 12 kicked all this out of body shit because I felt it when I was 7 or 8 when I had my tonsils out. But basically, my parents divorcing and then me smoking pot later, all that trauma and fucking stress is the reason I am the way that I am. And for the longest fucking time, I resented the idea of marriage. I didn't give a fuck what other people did, but it wasn't for me. And I just was very set in my ways with the whole thing. Like, I don't want a part of it. I want as far the fuck away from it as I can be. And then it's like I've met this person who's unlike anybody else I've been with. And I don't know if the difference is that he was my friend at one point or what, but he's unlike anybody I've been with, and he's worth it. And it's just one of those things for me. Why would I go against my moral judgment of marriage? Why would I go against what I've instilled in my head so hard? Why would I break it and do the opposite? And to me, it's not like I'm doing it because of him. I felt like I would have compromised at one point in time, but it's not even a compromise anymore. Like, for me, it's, if I want to sit and dwell in the past and overthink my future to the point that I won't let myself be happy or sabotage it like I've done before. Like, I might as well just have everything in my head that it's not going to work out. And never take chances like I did with a job, with fucking driving, with everything. And it's just like, I don't want to let things that scare me run and control my fucking life. That's where I'm at right now. And it's not like I'm just doing this to do it. Like, I'm just getting married to get married. Like, it's so much deeper than that. It's kind of one of those things to me that the worst case scenario with the whole thing is like, I get cheated on. It ends up being a fucking divorce. And I can go to sleep every night just knowing that I did something fucking huge. Like every other step that I've made in my life. And be proud of myself. Like, the fact of the matter is, my fiance now can never play me like I've been played and what I've seen my dad go through when my mom fucked around on him. Nothing can hurt as bad as that did. It can't. And two, I'm a lot stronger than I thought and gave myself the credit for. And what I've survived, most people won't. And I'm just not gonna punish myself, punish my fiance, think that history's gonna repeat itself and I'm gonna go through the same thing that my dad went through. Like, I'm never gonna forget it, but I'm not gonna let that, I'm not gonna let my parents' past and mine, I'm not gonna let my parents' past and what they became, like, run my life and dictate my future. It has, me and my fiance have nothing to do with what my parents were. And this is just something I never thought I'd do. Like I said, it was at the stage where I'm like, I love him and I could see maybe caving in against my better judgment and doing this for him. Now it's, I want to be his wife. I don't want to be scared anymore. Like, I really don't want to be terrified of things anymore. Because if I keep going through my life like that and never breaking that kind of thought or way of thinking, like, I'm never going to do anything that scares me. And I got over that years ago, and I just want to be free from the bullshit. Like, overthinking my life out. Like, I used to say, too, I'll say, like, lastly, I used to think, too, that I could never, even if my body would let me have a child, that I couldn't be a mother because maybe I would lose my mind and be a horrible mother. And I'm just kind of like, I totally would not be a horrible mother. Like, I have a nephew, and like, I watched him all the time. I never, like, once, like, because I worried I would, like, babysit him and think I took someone's kid, and, like, this crazy shit, like, thinking I'd lose my mind all the, like, at one point or another, and it was all the time. I'm just like, I have been through some stressful motherfucking shit, and I'm still somehow in my sane, rational mind. And I deal with people every fucking day, believe it or not, at my job, who make me, like, realize I am fucking with it. Very with it. And it's just like, I am too hard on my fucking self. Like, I need to stop judging myself like this. I can judge what a fat fuck I am till I'm blue in the face, but, like, I need to give myself credit where it's due. Like, I saw what crazy was. I was in psych wards for attempted suicide. Like, more than I can count on both my fucking hands, and I'm still with it. So I'm not gonna, like, torture myself with that either if I want that down the road. Like, if I want it, basically, I'm gonna get it. And nobody's gonna tell me that I fucking can because of some stupid mental illness fucking bullshit. Like, I'm lucky to be alive. I didn't see it like that years ago. I felt like it was punishment living. I'm glad that I'm still here. Like, it goes a lot deeper than most people would ever know, but, like, I by all means shouldn't fucking be here. And why would I waste the life that I could have lost? I ain't gonna do it. Neither should you. Or just be scared or think you're incapable because of this fucking nonsense that we go through. Don't give it the satisfaction. I've said it before, like, and it's true. It might run a little bit of our lives, like, to me it's a little bit, but it doesn't control fucking everything. Every single thing about my life. It just is a hindrance. It's an inconvenience. But it doesn't run my life anymore because I don't let it. That's the difference between me now and me then. So I am done. It's 21 minutes in. Jesus motherfucking Christ. I don't know that I'd post this or anybody would watch this. I'll see how I feel and watch it back. Maybe, like, let it go like a week or two and just kind of watch it later and be like, do I like this? Do I not? Should I post it? Should I not? Whatever. But I really hope that everybody's hanging in there. And leave the fucking groups. Leave the forums. Shut it all down. The best thing I could say is just get away from all that shit. Because the more you keep hearing people talk about it and write about it, you're going to dwell on it and just leave it go. And live your life. It helps. If that's what you have to do, I know that it helped me. So, I hope everybody's well and that everybody's safe and you do what's best for you in your life and that you're happy.